All set if you
All right.
are.
Well, good luck, I guess.
Good luck. See you in a bit.
All right.
All right. Chat, we are going red deck gold stake. Looks like Bean did not follow through on his promise there to hold us hostage. So close to having 4 straight games of the overlay working flawlessly, but instead, I'm going to have to, for whatever reason, the camera was not working. So, that's okay. All right, so Gold Stake, definitely Edzy's cup of tea. We all know Edzy. For those who are newer to Major League Balatro, Edzy only played Gold Stake when it was his choice last year. He's a dominant force in multiplayer Gold Stake, a very, very good player. But of course, Bean has hours upon hours of multiplayer experience. I will say Edzy has been playing a lot of multiplayer on their stream as of late. So it's not like I would say. If we just look at the past month, I don't think Bean has exponentially more hours in multiplayer than Edzy. And I will say Edzy definitely has exponentially more hours in Gold Stake than Bean. Here, very crucial to get that Faceless Joker, we'll get the Econ online. We have the extra discard on red deck. That is a really great get. We also have the Emperor with the Lovers and the Death. Can maybe make another face card. Another Wild Jack is what I'm going to presume both these players attempt to do at some point here. The only concern is this big blind. There is no scoring Molt Jokers. Can they both get max Econ and survive the blind? And you know what? Edzy is going to get rid of the Levers and buy the Star, and that makes sense to me. What Edzy is thinking is that I can make a straight flush. I can force a flush if I need to while I attempt to get the max value out of Faceless Joker. I really like that play. Being on the other side of things here, was able to get one flush. Now he's still going to need another big hand. Edzy finding the full house. Wow. and Bean just straight up gained another flush while getting the double faceless value. I mean, Bean gonna get a little bit more value out of this blind just because of insane draws. Oh, 4 points short. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, 4 points is just a high card. So slight advantage maybe to Bean coming out of this ante 1, but both these players I think are gonna feel good about their position going into the next round. And I actually really like the star play from Edzy. That is going to allow almost like a little bit more deck manipulation, although wild cards are pretty powerful. Oops. There we go. Wild cards are pretty powerful, and we have a death to make multiple of them. Edzy did get a pick first and picked Gold Stake. They're both going to take the negative ice cream here. Both going to get another discard, hopefully for faceless value, as I assume both of them are thinking. I'm curious to see if ice cream gets dropped with the rental banana on Edzy's side. 2 rentals seems a little steep. We saw judgment there from Bean for a misprint. Maybe now thinking they don't need the banana, but they're going to grab it anyway. A lot going on here, and then we have a magician on the side of for both players. Actually, what did Edzy take instead of the judgment? I missed that. I don't know if anybody caught that because both these players making very, very similar choices, but I wasn't sure what Edzy grabbed out of the first Arcana pack. Almost scoring too much here if you're Edzy. Hermit. It was a Hermit? Okay. Kind of surprised that it wouldn't have been a Hermit on both sides of things. Unless the wheel came in a reroll in the shop that I missed. Edzy kind of forcing to use the discards here because they weren't able to basically throw away a hand without winning. But all in all, I think it actually worked out for Edzy. Still going to get a little bit more value than Bean did and make a second lucky queen, which could always be $20 or 20 mult. By the way, this is Dom Palambi on the music for everybody. All right, a strength and a gold card here for Edzy. I don't think that... Oh, wait. Bean hadn't even entered the small blind. I thought Bean already won the small blind. Bean definitely takes their time. We know this. That's something you'll see. Bean used the star instead of the hermit. Ah, okay. We stand a slow king. We have a foil, yet perishable Chad. I do think Edzy's going to grab this regardless. And then a business card. That business card is going to be quite a bit of value with the Chad. The Faceless is perishable despite all the extra discards. Edzy actually facing a little bit of a tough decision here on what to do. I think the expected value in the short term is definitely Faceless, but that business card is not perishable. You can have it forever. You're already building into a lot of face cards. Of course, being a multiplayer game, you're going to look for retriggers. We have here Bean going in, making similar play to Edzy, grabbing the hallucination. No surprise there. Does he score too much for business card to give value? Again, in the short term, absolutely, I think business card is worse. Did get the $20 proc on the lucky card from the Chad, making up for the fact there that it won quickly. We have, instead of lucky, wild queens on Bean's side of things, which may be better for scoring an idle ancient bloodstone long term. However, it's not going to get those lucky procs that we just saw Edzy get. Edzy going to use their judgment. They're going to get that misprint that we saw earlier. It's Bean now on both sides of your screen. And we found a Dusk, which is massive for Edzy. Again, both for scoring and because of the lucky cards, it's also massive for the economy. Bean deciding on what to sell here for the Chad, looking to make max money, sold the banana. Is not going to worry about Cavendish, which I think is very valid here. Didn't reroll deep enough to find the Dusk there or the business card, but they still have the big blind to play, so they are probably going to see it in the long term. Be interesting to see here if Edzy would want the Emperor over the Star. Chose not. We're going to go ahead and focus on Bean. Bean now finding that business card. With only 2 rounds left on the Faceless, I feel like this might be a more straightforward decision for Bean than it was Edzy. Edzy slamming the timer, although the timer extremely long because of the skip that both players did with the investment tag. We're getting a star there, which Bean definitely going to be happy about receiving, or not happy about receiving. Gets a hung man. Forgot about hallucination value a little bit there. Gets the hermit here, is going to hang 2 lower cards. Yeah, I think both players would like to force a flush house. I think Bean is in a slightly better position to do so. Not going to use that judgment. Finds himself in the game. He could get the Bean here to make sure that he finds the flush house. I would not be shocked by this pickup. And the Dusk. Very good that Bean re-rolled there. Would have been tough to overcome that Dusk. even on Gold Stake, because it seems like we're in for a game with lots of economy, lots of deck manipulation. A game that maybe favor Bean in the fact that this game seems like it'll play a little bit more white stake-ish over Gold Stake. Taking the Arrowhead to try and steal this PvP, not a complete shock, but it is perishable.
Hello, hello.
Does have the world
Notice
card
we were taking a
obviously
while in
up
the
top.
shop. Had a lot of money to spend.
I just have a lot more to think about in in Gold Stake. I'm making sure to consider my actions.
All right.
I think Edzy
Did
definitely
you
going to
happen to
look for the flush
find
5 or the
a
flush
familiar
house.
face?
A familiar face? Maybe. I found a face that I'm happy with.
I found a face I'm very happy with.
We all know Bean is going to try the mind games. He's been very open and honest about wanting to do that. So there, maybe Bean trying to throw Edzy off, promise, or coming off like they found something that they really didn't.
Okay.
I don't know. But Edzy absolutely going to be able to play this flush 5. Going to have 3 lucky cards in it, which may be able to make up the difference that the Arrowhead is going to make on Bean's side of things. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But we need the lucky procs if you're Edzy.
I'm in a rush. I gotta
got
get my hands in quick.
Oh, I don't know if that's
a
going to be
pretty big
enough.
number. I don't know how big my number is. All right, let's do one of these. Oh, okay. I messed up a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, but it's okay.
Oh, forgot to.
You hate to hear it, honestly.
That's actually not great for Bean. Missing out on spading that queen. Probably missed out on $20.
And
If
oh,
I'm
actually, it
remembering the
might have been a
lucky
big
cue
mistake.
correctly.
Nah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the lucky hit. That's brutal. It wasn't the $20 yet. It was the 20 lucky
All right.
hit.
Well, I guess I play this either way.
Though this is, again, 600 chips. That's times 3 on the flush house. That might be enough.
Yeah,
I
that,
lied. The
That
smiley
explains
face
a
was a
lot.
lot
Okay,
more.
okay. I will see you soon.
Yep.
All right, Edzy taking the first PvP, leaning into the lucky cards a little bit more, leaning into the smiley face. And yeah, we move forward from here. Molt over chips. Doc said that to me. Basically. Basically. Both these players on the same vouchers. So far, Edzy has spent quite a bit more money taking that Hermit where being passed up on it, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, the game's been pretty similar. Also has had that $20 lucky hit. Oh, Edzy frustrated with themselves for for getting hallucination, for getting to create a spot up there in consumables. That could come back to bite Edzy. We'll see. It is good to, get as many procs as you possibly can out of that hallucination. So we get a hollow hit on the wheel. If Edzy decides to use it instead of selling it, we'll also get that hollow hit. Be curious if we see a chariot or a gold card here from Bean, and it looks like Bean is going to go for the money. Despite having a lot of money in this seed, I think it also makes sense that, hey, I don't need the scoring right now. I rather get the long-term value, the economic advantage if you're on Bean's side of things, and that's what I think the play he made. Oh, only a 3 of a kind for Edzy. It's going to be enough. I'm a little surprised that Edzy did not wheel, if I'm honest, but with this many procs in the smiley face, it's not even close. I kind of forgot about the smiley face chat. I thought for a second he was only relying on the lucky hits. How can I forget about smiley? Nothing great in this standard pack. And we're up to $56, a lot of which was off the back of that business card. We get a card sharp and a star card. The star card, very, I think, again, good for Edzy. Probably picks it up after attempting to get hallucination value here, which they did not. The death, is here, but there's nothing really to death if you're Edzy. Maybe another face card gets that hollow. And yeah, good at death, another jack. Not completely surprising, but I could also see the gold card play there. All right, Bean just figuring out how to min-max this small blind as much as possible. It was smart there to leave the lucky card to play in this final hand. Also finally made it a spade, so that way the lucky card could have the max amount of procs possible. I do believe Bean gets $20 here, and there you go. Again, those lucky procs are seeded. So we knew based off of how many Edzy's already done that Bean would eventually get that $20. Not eventually. We knew exactly when. It was on the 3rd or 4th. Edzy just looking for the hand. This Bean has been very nice for Bean because they keep getting everything they need in their hands and in the tarot packs. However, they are down on scoring by having that Bean. And down a hallucination, I guess, would be the more important one. I don't know, Jeezy. I don't know. Or, Reggie. I don't know why he only used it on a single queen. GZ, are lucky card seed order per seed or per ante? It's per the whole game, even in vanilla. As you gotta hold on to that judgment for when the Chad finally says goodbye. And Bean here going to do the min-maxing game, of course, with the Bean. Not too much to go over. We can go, again, full screen on the Bean side of things. All right. $43,000. I do believe that would pass Edzy's biggest hand, dependent on what they get. 2 Cersei's for Bean. I don't know if... Did Edzy get 2 heiresses? Bean, of course, a little bit more money in this ante because they got their $20 hit here. Edzy definitely saw heirs. A glass card. I think Edzy was 1 reroll away from getting the glass. And that is going to be a PvP victory for Bean if they choose to use the glass here. No question about it.
All right.
And you can see that money spent is so even for both players.
Back to
221 to 206.
House of Pain. Featuring.
How what they're calling it?
Let's see.
The Joker display is just off.
I didn't pick up any Jokers that ante, I'll be honest.
There's one round left for
also
Edzy as well.
In fact, I think I had the exact same 5 Jokers I did last round.
We may be playing a similar game.
Sometimes Joker display just breaks for some reason for the perishables. Unfortunate for Edzy, did not find the
Lock this
flush
one.
5.
All right.
Edzy's still going to play first to get the money, which is going to give Bean a lot of information.
Okay.
Got a lot more lucky
is
hits that
interesting.
time around, yeah. If Bean uses the glass, it's not even close. There's a chance Bean
have it.
wins
I'm scared. You didn't mess up this
without
time, too, right?
using the glass.
I think I'm just might have that, but I gotta consider how much I want that.
Gotta consider how much you want it. Okay.
See, leveling up the flush house isn't actually going to help Bean that much
Yeah.
because they already had Arrowhead.
I did
It's
make
the
an
glass
obvious
that's going to
misplaying
make the
the-
big difference.
in the
Or
first
the
shot.
lucky hits. Yeah, it's no surprise there. Bean's going to go ahead, use that glass,
Okay.
break in case of
I'm gonna
emergency,
play
and
this.
win.
Oh, unfortunate.
No
Okay.
glass break on the first.
All right, all right.
So something to keep in
Seeing
mind
it.
for when
See you,
Edzy
man.
eventually finds it. Both these players selling Chad right away because they want to be able to see the Chad in the shop. I think makes a ton of sense. Edzy gonna hold on to the judgment for now. Definitely would not have won without the glass with the ×4 there. Was a roughly 45,000 without the glass. Perishable Idol, intriguing. I actually think Perishable Idol, it's hard to say it's worth it, but you could win a PvP because of it. The issue is you are blocking a rental, eternal, or naked idol if you do grab it with the perishable sticker, which could basically be the end of the game. So a little scary in that regard. We now have mail-in rebates on Edzy's side of things. It is rental, but there's going to be plenty of value coming out of it. You know, being really deciding here, do I grab the perishable idol? Do I try and steal a PvP with it? And the answer is going to be an attempt, for sure. An attempt, for sure. Now, the scary part for Bean, not extremely likely or anything like that, but there is a chance that Edzy will now see a better idol. And by a better idol, I mean anything but perishable. And if that happens, Bean is in a world of hurt with the retriggers that we already have on the board. Or as Edzy would call it, a house of pain. Edzy here with, again, does need to find glass, though. Is in a deficit of 1 glass, and death will expand that deficit. So, it's really the first one that you absolutely need to get, right? You need that first glass because then you can make copies, and then it can snowball from there. And so it's not just one tarot card. It's just not one glass card. This 1 glass difference, if Edzy doesn't find it, can turn into 4, 5, 6 very quickly. I probably don't take the idol there unless it hits something that I can skip right away. And even then, it's scary with how much money's in this seed. With how much money's in this seed, I probably pass the idol. The perishable idol. Yeah. All right, we got a full hangman. We sold out of... What did we sell out of there? Was it... Chat, what did Edzy just sell? Bean, on the other hand, is going to be able to use this full idol in the Arcana packs, which is pretty valuable. The Chad. What? No, it wasn't the Chad. The Chad was sold earlier for mail-in rebate. Rental Bull, thank you. The perishable smiley, Marty, thank you. The original thing, and then the rental bull. Yes, 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 yes. And one thing to note here is also with that idol, you also are passing on mail-in rebate, which you do have a lot of money in this seed, but mail-in rebate is the strongest economic joker there is. So, while there's a lot of money in the seed, and you know it becomes less important the higher you go, like the difference between $100 and $120 is not massive. It still can matter. And there's a little bit of opportunity cost there for Bean's decision to pick that perishable idol. Definitely going to skip here with it on Queen of Spades. So that's the trade-off, though. Bean basically has won a PvP. There's no way Edzy is going to match even close to that. But Edzy's going to have a whole nother shop that Bean's not going to see, which could, in theory, get him a better idol, an ancient joker, a bloodstone, more re-triggers. There's a lot of things Edzy could see in these shops to give them the advantage back despite losing this PvP. Not a Ouija. You would never use a Ouija at this point in game. Don't listen to C-dubs. Off topic, but you are a Vikings fan. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Vikings fan. Bean doing the classic multiplayer thing that I do by not clicking the timer to not, so as to not alert Edzy that they skipped and give away that they have the idol. We have more lucky cards. We also have a strength here. I'm a little surprised that Edzy isn't going to get the strength to make those gold jacks queens. Huh. I guess I'm crazy. One more reroll for Edzy. Can we offer you another reroll? And here the economic difference is getting a little nuts. It's at $100 now due to that skip and the mail-in rebate. But yeah, no questions about it unless Bean gets the worst draws in history.
After you beat me that last one.
Even then, I think Bean pulls enough queens that this is.
You feeling confident this PvP though?
Yeah, we'll have to see. I definitely feel weaker, but I would imagine that you're also weaker.
We'll do C-dubs. It's long term maybe, but in the short term, no. Edzy got stronger, and also that kind of gave away to Bean that Edzy didn't pick up the idol, unless Edzy could be lying. Bean doesn't know that Edzy is telling the truth, of course. And again, the silver lining here is the economic advantage that is going to be on Edzy's side is large and in charge.
Ship it.
Let's see it. You like making it easy for me.
Well, I mean, for me personally, it's because I was gonna play that no matter what. So,
yeah, that really
like
makes it
sometimes
easy
I
for
will
me.
hold, but in this situation, I'm always playing what I have.
All right.
That does cause Bean to not play the glass
I think I know
card.
why, and I think you
Which
could tell that I would also do the same.
You know,
Maybe.
could be
I don't know.
a mistake. We're having a little bit of
my
lag on
God.
Bean's side of things. I wonder if Edzy's going to think back to the idol and
my
realize
God.
what
Okay.
was done.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Did Edzy just clap using the soundboard? Yeah, we've been having intermittent issues with some players on one of the screens, but it's probably has to do again. The setup we have is pretty CPU intensive, and and I do believe Gabe is trying to work on that. But that is why you're seeing some lag. Just double check to make sure there's absolutely nothing open for either of them that could cause the issue. Seed money on Edzy side of things, the money continues to go up. We got a King of Spades now for being, and this is, I guess, the opposite threat, where if you get lucky idle hit after lucky idle hit, you just continue to skip, and the perishable lasts the entire game. Edzy's going to need at least 3 glass this ante to make up for that idle difference. And now things are getting really scary. Again, Edzy's going to have a metric ton of money. But it's going to be hard. Again, not RAM, it's CPU. There's plenty, it is just CPU usage. Probably a memory leak that happens with our overlay, most likely. Is the timer ever the play here? 300 seconds is a really long time. I think Bean just doesn't want to signal to Edzy that they have the idle. So they're just not going to press it. I think that information difference is bigger deal to Bean than forcing Edzy to play fast. So we're going to go ahead and focus in on Edzy. Now going to, just in the small blind, so we have basically a whole ante here of EdzyTTV. 43,000 there with the cherry is going to need a little bit more to survive the blinds moving forward. Wouldn't Edzy have been suspicious of being chokers? I agree, but you don't know. Oh, okay. Bean does eventually hit the ready for PvP, so that should signal everything to Edzy that Edzy needs to know. Whether that is idle or whether that is a ton of glass cards, you know that there's a reason Bean is skipping. Probably idle, of course. The flush 5 levels here are not important for Edzy. There we go. We finally got a justice on the side of Edzy. Now the question is, we have a full justice, so that's 2. But is there a way to make 3? Because if Bean continues to play flush house, then essentially they're going to have three X2s from the idol. They do have 1 glass available to them. Meanwhile, Edzy, no X2s until they play this glass. I wonder if Edzy's going to risk it here. No. I think smart play there. Probably going to... Oh, that was a little bit scary of a draw. If Edzy doesn't get a queen there, they lose a life. Even then, I don't know if Edzy clears. I think they need a lot of lucky hits. Maybe they use the glass here. Yeah, I think smart play by Edzy. Use the glass. Make sure you don't die. And we do know that this glass is not going to break. So, luckily for Edzy, they're going to be all good in that department. Can they get any lucky $20 hits? No. A little unfortunate there. I am doing a great job, and Micah Parsons on the Packers is not going to change the fact that the Packers are going to finish last in the division. You heard it here first. Knock on wood. Hello, Duckyman. Hello, Alex. We have a Judgment. Judgment for Madness. It's going to block a death. Oh, my God. Okay, Edzy has a real shot now at taking this PvP despite the difference with the Idol, also known as the Idol, also known as the Jeff Probst. We get an Ectoplasm. Probably too brutal of a use here because not enough deck manipulation for Edzy to guarantee they find the cards they want. So the the ectoplasm would just make things worse in that regard. And now the monetary difference ×2 on the side of Edzy.
Oh my god, sorry.
You were playing awfully slow there.
I just like don't, you know, I just don't like skipping.
I was just scared of the blinds. That's why I skipped.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, I do know now if I ever play Bean, I am just gonna lie so much to them. It's gonna be hilarious.
Just trying to fix something. Okay, let's see what you got.
All right.
I'm
happy
scared
to
of
share.
ghosts. I'm not scared of any idols either, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
Edzy's not gonna get rid of the glass card, are they? Oh, okay, no, they're making another one. Oh, okay. Edzy's throwing this round. Edzy actually had a chance, but Edzy's gonna throw this round, knowing that Bean's idol hit, and I get that because I think if I'm Edzy, I'm also assuming the idol hit on a 5 of a kind, not a flush house. The only reason Edzy really had a chance is Bean is playing flush house, which I just would not expect.
I'll let you play.
Oh, how kind of you.
Yeah, and you know what? Bean ended up with the double glass
If you beat
queens,
this,
so
I
it's
might
good.
be in trouble.
Edzy, very good
got
play
something for
in a
you.
very good decision, or a very good spot.
Only 8 million?
Yep.
What a shame.
Surely you got more than that, right?
$20
Yep.
hit for Edzy.
See ya. See
All
you
right.
in 3 rounds.
Good luck.
All right, it looks like we do have an idol miss. And a sock and buskin for Edzy? Oh, well, sock and buskin for both. No! I think Bean sees it on the reroll. It's just because of the skip. It's just because of the skip. There was not a madness there. No. They're gonna see it on the skip. It's because there was an uncommon skip that Troubadour showed up. Bean's gonna see it in one reroll. We are not playing with the order. Rental Cavendish, is that better than the money? It's a good question. I'm sorry that the leaf blower is blowing. There is your sock, but it is perishable and rental. There is, oh no, because of the sticker difference that we get with the uncommon skip. That, I don't even think the order was able to solve that yet. And that is huge. That is massive for Edzy if they can survive this blind. The thing is, Bean is going to have it for this PvP. Just like my ears are going to have it from this stupid leaf blower. Why does society think it's okay to waste 10 gallons of gas and this much noise pollution to blow leaves? Can someone answer that for me? Anyway, enough of my social justice. Edzy here, 5 lucky cards. Gonna hopefully find some money. Did find $20. Has that Cavendish now, so they do not have to worry at all in regards to beating blinds. An electric blower is totally fine, Mavic. Totally fine. Oh, it's a brainstorm. It's a perishable brainstorm. But now that the stickers are desynced, let's see what type of brainstorm it is for Mr. Bean. Eternal. Much better hit for Bean. And that is where the luck has now flipped. Also, the brainstorm is just, in fact, much better for Bean if they get an idol hit. Because being able to copy the idol is so much better than copying the retriggers. Damn, my points. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. All right, finally playing a small blind on Bean's side of things. Where did Bean get so much money, by the way? Was there one of the skips investment tag or something? Makes sense. Edzy really gonna hope for some money. Got 1 money hit, 2 money hits. I mean, just so much money on Edzy's side of things. They should be able to reroll a lot deeper than Bean, and they do need to find something. Maybe Bean or maybe Edzy here sells hallucination after opening these packs. I would probably sell the Hierophant here if I'm being honest. Yep, there we go. Looking for just better tarot cards. All right, an Aura. It's hollow, not the best Aura. We get another one, and it's the World. Oh no, Beans or Edzy can't afford to lose that glass. I don't think Edzy can afford to do it with where we are in the game. And now Edzy gonna go ahead and sell and take that family, which, again, that family's not gonna have any tags on it for Bean, which is just it looks like we're gonna swing in the favor of Bean here with the Joker tags being disrupted. King of Spades, that should be GG. Insane idle hits. Sometimes you just get really lucky and you're basically witnessing the opposite of whatever the hell happens to me on Bean's side. 4 out of 5 idle hits with only a quarter of your deck manipulated is... I mean, I could do the statistical calculation, but there's no point. Just call it what it is. It's very lucky. You know, to be fair, Edzy, a ton of money. Is going to reroll a lot here. Is going to find a Justice, a Chariot. It's not going to be enough to make up for it. But it's a start. No, Edzy, you can't just... You have 1 life left. That's a little wild to me that Edzy would save so much money.
Very interesting, Seed.
Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed.
Edzy also got really unlucky that all
honest.
the good jokers were
I wish I saw
early
the
in the
scene.
shops, despite having
I
so
wish I
much
saw this
money.
ante last. What's it called? Last ante, when you had skipped.
Yeah, that would have been nice for you, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that none of these showed up in the antes that Bean skipped. He got... I don't know. This has been... I think both competitors played really well here, and this one felt very much like your classic toss-up poker, the way both of them played it. And the run out just happened to be in favor of a Bean.
All right, I've got my hand.
1 second. Let me find mine.
Yeah, Edzy's going to be 2 to the 10th behind here, unfortunately. Or a little bit less. There's going to be 15, 30 times 2s on Bean's side of things.
Seems good.
And there's going to be 4,
Ship it.
I'm shipping
8, 12, 16. Yeah, it's going to
Postmark
be
for
roughly
your neighborhood.
14 X2s better for Bean.
What do you
Oh,
think
that's a
about
pretty big number. That's a spooky number.
Oh, you have idle still? No way.
The skips made it work.
Off a
The
6 of
skips
hearts?
make it work, but
No, it was King of Spades for me.
Oh,
you have to
you're
hit
joking.
4. Basically, what we said,
It
Bean had to
was-
hit
it was a
4
very
out of
fine
5 times, and he did.
Really?
I just don't even.
Yeah.
Damn.
Uh,
I don't even
okay,
know
that-
what to say to that. I think
Yeah.
this
I mean,
is
I
personal
was
for
deck
me
picking
because
for
I
idol
can't
from the
even get
start.
it to
I mean,
hit
your idol is
once.
also very strong right now, but I had a lot of like it hit queens, it hit tens, it hit kings. Like it was a nice idol.
I didn't believe in it. It was perishable. I was like, nah, this thing is gonna.
So
hit
did you
too
take
close.
the ticket?
I took the ticket because I thought I would win because I didn't think you had idled this round. I thought you would. It would have perished.
No, or actually rebate. I meant in the same. That was in the same pack as idol.
Yeah, I took the rebate.
And was the family last round? Because I have a clean family from this ante.
This is. Wait, it says. Your family is
I
perishable.
this is not
My
fathomable.
family. No, this
Can
family
I
was this
see?
round.
Can I?
It was clean this round.
Oh, so that's just a glitch. Because
Can someone show
That's
Bean's
weird. Our
deck?
sticker. I think we have all of the same.
I'll
jokers,
ask.
Except for the.
Yeah,
idol
yeah.
ones.
Your brainstorm showing perishable. It's obviously
yeah.
not.
Can
I
we
think
see
my brainstorm was
Bean's
it.
deck so I can do the math and show to chat how unlucky I get
Okay.
compared to whatever the hell Bean just had?
Okay, this is just it's a skill issue, is what it is.
It's a skill
Yeah.
issue.
7
You gotta-
divided
you
by
gotta-
what? Or
It's like a 1 in 4 chance of something I can use.
yeah, you. Well, it's not 1 in 4 when you hit it 4 out of 5 times. it's much crazier than 1 in 4. All right.
Oh, they're saying stickers desynced because you uncommon skipped. That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Well,
I think that was an old glitch.
unlucky,
but-
unlucky. Well, GG.
That's that.
Gee.
I do feel for Edzy because I just feel that Edzy.
Wait, was your
Well, I don't think the idle
was
play
your
was
brainstorm
bad.
perishable?
I just was really
My
expecting
brainstorm was
idle to be max 2
Oh,
lives
so
that
they
you
were
win.
actually just desync.
I can't believe you're a ghost deck white steak Andy. All right, ready? All set?
Yep. Good luck.
All right. See you in a bit.
All right. It's like nothing ever happened, chat. We're on black deck, white stake. Both these players coming into this game being ahead 1-0. For those watching the VOD, we did have a disconnect. It was an interesting seed, but it was not far into the game by any means. So easy decision to just restart it. Bean heads into this game 1-0 in the match. Interesting first shop. Abstract obviously kind of good on black deck, but you need other things to make it work. And easy grab for both players as they are gifted a beautiful, cute little photograph to start things off. And Edzy gonna also grab the abstract. Intriguing decision. I don't disagree with the decision per se, but is going to not get any interest now and is probably going to be unable to take blank or things that Bean may be able to. So Bean gained an amazing Emperor there, the Death and the Chariot. And Bean deciding, do I buy the blank voucher? Do I sell the Chariot for the blank? Or do you open the Arcana pack, you know? What a fantastic, yeah, just wonderful Emperor. Edgy not gonna have to make that choice because Edgy just straight up is going to not have money for it, so gets to move along with their day and also get an extra discard from that judgment. Bean deciding in the end to go with the same play as Edzy, and so far our players are in exactly the same difference with the $4 difference of abstract being purchased on Edzy's side of things. The poverty privilege of not making choices. Mino with the poetic chat. And Edzy obviously just flying through the blinds now with the abstract in the photo. A little bit more to think about for for Bean. Although the 2 chariots on the king is going to be pretty strong. While Edzy saved the death to put maybe on this gold card, actually may work out for him. Early on, you probably rather have 2 golds over 2 chariots. So yeah, that's going to be the major difference we have in this game is Bean deciding to death the chariot, Edzy waiting a little bit longer and deathing gold cards. Immediately rewarded with the hermit that they may or may not buy and use. They're going to buy it and hold on to it. 1 gold card gifted to Edzy. Being here, not really in trouble, but, you know, having to work a little bit harder to get out of the small blind without Abstract Joker. Now, let's see this Bean use the hermit right away. I would not be shocked if we see the sell of the discard, the use of the hermit, and then opening up both standard packs to just check for things such as polychrome cards, red seals, etc. But Edzy in a very decent economic position. See a glass 5 of hearts. Yeah, probably not a grab in vanilla, where we know. Gothic, there is an experimental version that does multiple players, yes. We actually did that over the summer with one of the tournaments. So we definitely should play. For those who are curious, again, in the VOD, Gothic's asking about multiplayer with more than 2 people. As you going to keep the certificate? Or going to grab the certificate, maybe this time. Balatro Fortnite when? I don't know. Let's go ahead and focus in on Bean. Again, Bean should be fine, but is going to have to work a little bit to get out of the big blind here. He's going to get a flush, get that ×2. That should be 600 points. He's going to need another one of those, and then also another hand on top of that. Unsure what the discard was for. There. Oh, and what a draw with all the hearts at the end. Not losing a life. Great plays by Bean. Is going to see that certificate, also grab it, and go immediately into the PvP. No vouchers yet.
Hello, hello.
Hello. I'm going to ask you right now, did you take blank voucher?
No.
Oh, interesting.
I shouldn't have answered that, right?
No, I also didn't. I'll tell you.
All right.
I wonder, I believe the 12 molt difference here will probably be the difference, although there is the chariot on Bean's side of things. This is going to be a decently close PvP if Bean can hold on to the chariot and get big hands. But that is a massive if on black deck, of course. Four of a kind. Bean obviously going to have to find the 5 of a kind. And does get it. And that 5 of a kind will be 5,000 points.
36 whole points. Holy.
Or 4,000.
Oh, okay. I can't. Can't be shit talking anymore.
Bean has just drawn the right cards this entire match. I don't...
Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh no.
I don't think Bean has
You
it.
mean, oh no. Don't tell me you don't have 64 points.
That's a rough draw. I take back what I said about the always lucky.
That would be absurd.
That's 20. That's 15 times 2,
Oh, you have
which
no
is
idea
30.
how much this hurts me.
Let's see it.
Yeah, Abstract Joker being the difference. And actually, again, I like the play now from Edzy because, again, on Black deck, it actually led to more econ because you're able to one-shot and not worry. Min-max each round.
Okay.
That is
easy.
brutal. All right, good luck.
Good luck.
We got a little fist here, a little scary face, and a temperance. We will see if Bean does what Zeno does a lot, and that is forget that we're on Black deck. Edzy, remembering, has all 6 jokers filled. Another red seal. And this time it's a red seal queen for Edzy. At this point, I would be tempted if I were Edzy, and Bean's gonna have to make the same choice to just get rid of the certificate. You kind of got the holy grail hit, which was a red seal face card. So very interested to see what the decision is here. Forgetting you're on Black deck is a rite of passage? Absolutely. Everyone's done it, chat. Don't feel bad if you've done it. If you're going to take that purple seal, I especially then think you have to get rid of certificate. The deck is getting thick, very thick, and we we only have 3 hands and 3 discards. Edzy's not going to do it. That's crazy. 57 cards in the deck. And drawing all the purple seals, apparently. Never punished. One thing Edzy could do is they do have a red seal 2 and a polychrome 2. There is a world here where if you're Edzy, you could build in the 2s, especially if you see, you know, the elusive hack. A glass and the strength for Edzy. That is massive. Going to be able to make more kings, is able to glass the red seal, although of course can't play it now. You're going to have to wait till you find a death to risk that baby. But that, huge get. Absolutely huge get for Edzy. Meanwhile, on the Bean side of things, did decide, like I would have, to get out of that certificate. The key here, though, is there's just so many more purple seals now on Edzy's side of the bench that they are able to deck manipulate a little bit more. Although, again, that's it was very lucky. I said how I felt like Bean's draws were lucky. Extraordinarily lucky that Edzy drew all the purple seals in a 57 card deck. That is not something you're going to expect to happen very often. You know, if Edzy's going to keep opening these standard packs and keep this certificate up, it's going to really get away from him to be able to grab the cards he actually wants in a PvP round in a polychrome purple seal queen. Oh my god. I mean, I get that one's a grab, but that one would be the last one. I would for sure sell certificate now. There's no way. There's no way I include certificate at this point. And a sock for Bean. How much deeper is Bean in the rerolls? And a mime. And a DNA. Oh, this is brutal for Edzy if they don't reroll. Well, I'm confused as I didn't think Bean was that far. I think Bean's only one thing ahead in the shop. One roll ahead. Probably because Edzy purchased the packs and Bean hasn't. Oh, that hurts. And that's probably... I don't know if Edzy can come back from not having the sock. What also is kind of baffling my mind is Edzy's holding on to the certificate. I mean, I do think Edgy's deck is better Hornet, but it doesn't really matter if your deck is better if you're never going to see any of the cards. Which, it's about to be 60 cards in the deck. You only get to, if you max play 10 cards and discard 20, you get to see half of it. Only half of it per round is insane. And to that, even 55 cards is a lot. So Bean maybe thinking, do I grab DNA because will I even be able to see the card I'd want to copy, which is that red seal?
What's up?
I can't believe it. Oh, now it's 59 cards. So it was at 58 prior. I can't believe Edzy still has a certificate.
All right, let me do one of these.
I have no idea what either player is going for, honestly, for their scoring. Funny enough.
Yep.
Okay, you probably still got that thing.
And you see Bean finding the red seal.
Let's do one of these. Unlucky.
Unlucky, you said.
That's what you got. Ship it.
This should be 20,000, probably for Bean. 50,000. I forgot about the mime.
53K.
And this is
That's
the
what I got.
downfall of, again, the extraordinarily large deck that Edzy has. It's a lot to carry around with you. You know, it doesn't make it easy to go shopping either, because you don't find the cards in the packs. Maybe some extra large pants here could be good, you know, to get some base malt.
Probably not. I think you should just give up.
Is Edzy really gonna go for it here? Oh my god, you gonna risk the red seal glass? I don't even know if that would be enough.
But we'll see. Chip it.
All right.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
he did not have it.
That was
Not.
really interesting play. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. That was the worst case scenario, but you know, a lot of commentating on something like Balatro is like critiquing or giving insight. And it's like, I never want to come off like I'm trying to tell the players what to do or that I would be playing better because, I mean, I just lost a Buenos Bear, right? Like, I'm obviously not, my thought process isn't the end-all be-all. But I really don't fully understand playing the glass card there because there's no way that you score enough. Even with the 20 hit. I mean, with the 20 hit, maybe. But the certificate being still here is... I don't know really what the hope is. So I can't really commentate on why you would keep... the only thing I could think of is, at this point in the game, the deck is so big that I'm keeping certificate so at least I have a sealed card at the start of every hand. Like, maybe that's a legitimate thought there. Because now, even all the money in the world, it's going to be very hard to get the deck down to a reasonable size. Good good strength here could strength that queen into a king. Gonna make more jacks and fives, it looks like. A little surprised that Edzy didn't turn that queen into a king. No lucky hits at all. Jeez. Barely being able to get out of the blind due to that. We are now at the 60 card deck for Edzy. Gotta grab another purple seal. Meanwhile, Bean gonna have no problem with pretty much any blind. I think at this point, the mime photo is a lot. In that double chariot's gonna really show its value here. Now that we found mime. Gonna use an Emperor. Gets a Temperance Hermit. Pretty good. Pretty good. Allows Edzy to go shopping a tiny bit. Hard to score with purples only. That is a valid point. DNA value non-existent so far. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to get DNA value with 56 cards in the deck. You know, let alone 61 on Edzy's side. Well, that is definitely a wonderful first hand if you are Edzy. It's going to be able to get plenty of purple seal value. Really hoping for a death here. To make many of those polychrome queens, probably. Bean should be able to now finally DNA the red seal queen. A little surprised they're going to discard the queen first, because if it's a death, you're hoping to death the queen, not the ace. But regardless, not going to matter there. Being deciding if they have to play the 4 of a kind here, or if the 3 of a kind could have worked with the scary face photo and sock, as well as the acrobat. I actually think the 3 of a kind would have cleared, but they would have missed out on 2 4 of a kind levels. So, you know, $3 versus 2 Mars cards. You decide which one you want more in White Stake multiplayer. $6 with the mime, correct. Chat, I do yawn a lot while commentating, and that is just because when I talk a lot, for some reason my whole life, I can get short of breath, and then I yawn. I have a very sensitive yawn reflex, if you will. But I am not tired. I'm wide awake, baby. I only yawn when I'm nervous. Interesting. Another I mean, at this point, I mean, why not take hologram if you're Edzy? If you had me bet or predict my juicy points on whether Edzy would have a certificate after 2 rounds, let alone 7, I would have bet them all on no, obviously. But you know, I mean, it's going to get a lot of purple seal value out of it, I guess. We do have synergy, quote unquote, on Edzy with certificate hologram. It's just maybe not certificate that leads to the big number. We're also a sock in mime behind if you're Edzy, right? Like
hello.
That's pretty brutal.
Welcome back.
Do I have a surprise for you?
Hmm.
I'm just gonna leave it like that. Very cryptic.
Okay. Let me just do one of those.
Same.
The other big part, chat, about being behind on re-triggers like sock
Than mine, that.
and mime is that not only do they help your score in the PvPs, they're utility generators, right? Like the sock allows for more lucky hits, for more money, more gold seal hits. Mime allows for more out of blue seals, more out of gold cards. It's kind of this doubly benefit that when you fall behind a sock or fall behind a sock and a mime, it just becomes so hard to overcome. Why did Edzy strength the 2? He had so many good 2s. That was a little odd. Huh.
Okay.
I'm a little confused by that play. Trying to think why you'd be strengthening the 2 for. He wants to get it to be a 5. Oh.
See you next time.
Oh, okay. See ya.
What? Well, I mean, one thing I will say is the scoring setup for Bean is reliant on finding the right cards. And Bean, we're talking about Edzy's massive, huge, girthy black deck. Bean, also 56 card, big black deck. So it's going to be hard to get those draws. And Edzy does technically kind of score no matter what they draw with the hologram, with the scare. Well, the scary face still needs face cards. I don't know. I'm a little surprised there, but yeah, that was a pretty bad draw for Bean, all things considered. Definitely no yawns with that commentary. Oof. Edzy already grabbing the extra hand voucher. I would be very surprised if Bean doesn't grab that heading into the small blind. Edzy now selling hologram, but keeping certificate. Why? I don't know, chat. I'm going to stop trying to commentate on Edzy's game. I'm just going to let Edzy do what they're going to do. Bean's a lot more straightforward. Bean is looking for red seals, to DNA the red seals, to play the flush 5. Definitely, if you're on Bean's side of things, you're praying that you will soon here get a justice card to put on said red seal to then DNA red seal glass cards. Picasso's misunderstood for a time. Very fair. I mean, this is very Picasso-esque on Edzy's side of things in terms of all the different colors, the different seals. It's just a lot going on. Being trying to make sure they don't accidentally play too little scoring, but I think they're fine with the high card. Yeah, absolutely fine. Not even close. Being won game 1 on gold stake red deck. A lot of money now coming out for both players with the reserve parking on Bean's side and the faceless on Edzy's side. Edzy still has a chance. I mean, Edzy just won a PvP blind. And now has money to roll and maybe find something that they're missing from earlier. Straight flush here for Edzy if they want it. Oh, nope, no 3 of hearts. I lied, chat. I'm a liar. There's no straight flush. Never was. And Bean just continues to make more and more of the red seal queen, which it is going to take up more and more. There is. Oh, he had the 3 hearts? You know, forget it. Edzy deciding if they want the gift card. Deciding against it for now. Bean doing the math on whether the high card is enough. Just gonna decide, forget it. I'm just gonna play the 4 of a kind. I think it's very valid. This is game 2. You know, Edzy's gotten, I mean, I guess it's the extra hand size and extra hand has allowed Edzy to get a lot of value out of Faceless. You'd expect the same with the Acrobat, or the Mime Parking, but one note here, chat, is there is a glitch with Mime Parking where Mime doesn't trigger on the parking unless the parking gives the dollar the first time. What that means is your expected value with Mime Parking should just be double, right? If you have 5 face cards, the expected value should now be $5 instead of $2.50. However, because it doesn't trigger unless you already got a hit, it's actually only a 25% increase in expected value. That is your fun fact for the day. Finally, some hung men, and that's going to be very beneficial to find all those red seal face cards. Ooh, I'm not yawning. I'm just in awe. Another hung man. Choosing not to destroy 2 cards here is crazy, even if it's a jack and a 10. Or, I mean an 8 and a jack. But you know what? Like the one chatter said, they didn't understand Picasso either, I guess. Or something. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what Edzy is doing with the cards. The whole like grabbing them. The Chad. So the extra money coming to fruition for Edzy, that is huge, because really right now without glass on your bean side of things, Sock is not doing a whole lot. It's just retriggering photo one time and then obviously the lucky cards. Chad will re-trigger photo twice now, and just finding a singular glass card for Edzy will hopefully be enough. Oh, and he sold certificate for it. I hope Edzy's okay. That's usually a sign. I guess I feel like it's a sign for help.
It's a very interesting seed, isn't it? Every seed is interesting, honestly.
I feel like Edzy made this seed interesting.
You know, I'm just hoping I can draw my hand this time.
Well, if you want to draw your hand, I do suggest art school. I think drawing a hand, probably not one of the easiest body parts to start with. There's a lot of wrinkles there. There's a lot of detail. But art school will help you get there along the way. So that's going to be my recommendation for Bean.
How about this?
And Edzy, going to throw away a couple hands here in search for the big one. Probably looking for that polychrome or red seal face card. Hands are super difficult to draw. It is so true.
How about this?
How about this? Oh, it's not enough. That's really funny.
Nice hand. Nice hand.
Edzy getting rid of the steel cards. I guess has to try and find the polychrome.
That's a nicer hand.
/ red seal. Oh wait, Edzy doesn't even have a red seal face card anymore. That's actually a huge issue. I totally forgot about that crazy play earlier where Edzy decided to, not to be rude, for Edzy decided to play the glass red seal. Oh, and finds the polychrome. That's massive.
I was about to crash out, but it's okay. We're okay. You know, we're missing
Now,
a lot
I
still.
don't know if Edzy has enough here. It's going to be pretty close, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not close. Edzy looking for strength for that 10 to make it a jack. Unable to find it. 230. I think Edzy might have 230. We're about to find out.
Well, that's respectable.
The polychrome is going to be really nice because we're now going to get 3 triggers, a 1.5 and 2 versus just...
I don't know.
Oh, it's a flush house. I missed the flush house in the massive deck. There's just too many cards to look at. Yeah, no, Edzy's definitely got this one. Really great plays. I mean... And this is what I mean.
Oh.
This is what I mean. I didn't understand the plays with certificate.
All right.
Edzy's the one right now with a 3-1 life lead against Bean. From a position without Sock or Mime. So Edzy's done amazing so far. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe the play was keeping that certificate and gain all that purple seal, the gold seal, the red seal value. We do see a business card here to inject a little econ into our game. What I will say is Edzy is also ahead once again on economy. It's been this way for both games and even the half game, or little fifth of a game we played before the crash. I believe in game 1, Edzy had doubled the economy of Bean and lost. finally going to be able to make that jack into a queen, those 2 jacks into queens for Bean, which is very big. Also, the crystal ball here is really good for Edzy specifically with all the purple seals. It's going to be able to do more tarot blocking in hand. Going to be able to min-max the tarots they find in the round a lot more. Edzy looking for more purple seals. Hasn't found them quite yet. Gets a fool. Edzy a little worried that the jacks win by themselves here. Really interesting play. So Edzy's getting rid of the smiley face, so he doesn't win in one shot, then immediately gets a lucky hit. Still doesn't one-shot it, so got very lucky in that regard. Hello, Alistair. Bean unlocked the 5. Is going to still force the 4 of a kind for the time being. I think an interesting play there. Maybe if we do move to 5 card hands, it would be Eris anyway and not 5 of a kind for Bean. This queen, you're hoping for no multits, and we did get one, but at the end for Edzy, so he can continue to min-max the purple seals. Gets a temperance. So this DNA, it's been valuable for Bean. The issue with this DNA is just no justice. No justice in this world. 1 justice card held would turn into 2, would turn into 3, 4 very quickly for Bean, and that's what I think is going to need to happen to turn around here. We now get a golden ticket. A little Willy Wonka action for Edzy. Very big plays there. It's going to help boost that economy that is already well ahead of... Well, I say well ahead. It's pretty even with Bean. But I think now Edzy will take the lead in that regard with the golden ticket in the Chad. Again, Chad is another difference we have in this seed, which Edzy was able to reroll last time with a slightly bigger economy. Edzy's trying so hard to find the dang red seal 10 now that he finally found the strength. Though if I am Edzy, I do believe here I hang him and then I fool and hang again, but I'm not Edzy. And, you know, we didn't hold on the certificate for 54 antes for nothing. Am I right? And there is the strength that Edzy just found being running across it. Although a shop further, they are right before the PvP. No justice for Bean. This is going to be very difficult for Bean, I think, to win. The mime can be the difference if we get a really good hand with all steals. Wow. Great plays. And by great plays, I mean very great draw for Edzy. Now, once again, has a red seal face card and can also make it a heart by putting the lovers on that red seal queen. Curious to see if we see that, since flush house has kind of been the way forward for Edzy. Going to continue to get that purple seal value. Yeah, Edzy is really starting to cook, and it's just, oh my god, finds a sun. He found a sun. You know, they said all hope was lost. He went to the orphanage. and he found himself a son. So now that red seal queen is going to be a heart. Oh. Okay. Does it use the sun on the red seal queen? Maybe he's gonna hold it in hand to make sure they can play a flush house in the PvP round. I think that's valid. It's a little annoying to have one of your slots filled up, but you have a little bit more wiggle room with the crystal ball as we add a 1/1,000,000th purple seal to the deck. Back up to 60 cards. But to be fair, Bean is also at 60 cards. It's just Bean 60 cards is mainly due to DNA copying the card that Bean wants. We're going to sell the wild, grab the strength, reroll one time, and we're going to go to the PvP. Does Edzy secure it here? No justice from the Cardomancer for Bean, unfortunately for them.
Okay.
We get a Temperance, we get a Wheel. Gets a Polychrome on the business card. If this game ends up coming down to 1.5, remember that play. Also, do you search for the red seal? I mean, there's so many cards in your deck, right? Like, I really am curious here what Edzy's gonna kind of look for. Also, I think Bean plays this right away and then looks for the other steel cards because they have plenty of red seals and only the first red seal matters for scoring with the photograph right now. Does Edzy hold on to the 3 here to get that extra polychrome value? $294,000. We know that Edzy scored 800K last time, and I believe has gone a bit stronger. Finds the polychrome again. Oh my gosh. And no longer probably cares as much about finding the red seal. Incredible moves. This might be GG.
How about one of these?
Remember when I said like I would have bet or I would have predicted everything that Bean or that Edzy wouldn't have certificate? I would have also at that point when I made that comment predicted everything Edzy was going to lose the game. So goes you the show. What are the commentators now? Those who can do, and those who can't commentate on stream. We have the flush house secured for Edzy. You know, Bean is going to be able to put up a few more of these kind of like 4 of a kind plays.
All right, let's see what you got.
All right, what I got.
Bean pausing it.
Is interesting, but
it's going to be a lot. 800K again. That's what I thought because we're down 1 steel, but up the polychrome.
I think I got that.
Let's see it.
Oh,
that is close.
So
Holy,
Bean has time to find the justice once again. And that all came down to maybe, you know, Edzy not being able to. How do I just not being able to keep steals in hands because the deck is so large, and that's where decisions like not deciding to do the full hangman I feel like really come back to bite Edzy a bit. Justice, while beneficial for Edzy, much more beneficial on the side of Bean with Sock. If if Bean is able to make multiple red seal glasses, it is over for Edzy. There's no chance with the re-trigger difference. So it's all going to come down to the draws. It's going to come down to how many, Bean is able to make. I will say the purple seal advantage on Edzy is good. But the thing is, making multiple glasses not as important for Edzy because they don't have the sock. Bean dropped DNA a while ago, yes. No, it was quite a bit ago. More queens being made for Edzy. Does Edzy pivot to flush 5? I feel like you probably have to. Yes, Edzy does have the sun. Yeah, Flush House isn't like isn't big for Edzy. Bean picking up that loyalty card, that also could be the difference. I mean, a ×4 is 2 glass triggers, right? Making sure that the thing is that loyalty card needs to time up with the final hand of PvP. It's not easy to make happen, but it is doable. Especially with the better deck manipulation that I believe Bean has. The sun in hand made justice possible? Oh! Again, okay, for those... So chat just informed me. Here you go, chat. In Balatro, without Showman, you can't get copies of Jokers, Taros, or Planet cards. Edzy had a sun in the consumable slot, and a sun was rolled in the shop. What Balatro then does is pull from a separate queue that it pulls from when you have blocked Taros, and instead gave Edzy a justice. Because Bean at that time did not have the sun in the consumable slot, Bean did not get the justice. Is what chat believes happened because we have not seen it. Although I thought it was a few rerolls deeper in the shop. We'll see. It was like 3 rerolls deep. Chat's the co-commentators here. You were correct. They're at the same spot in the shop. So, wow. That is... I mean, there's still a lot of tarot cards available for Bean, and there's a justice in this pack. I would be very surprised if it's blocked again. It would be very unlucky. Oh my god, it's blocked again. Oh my god. I don't know what it was. There's a card in here. Chariot? The Chariot blocked it. Oh my god. Edzy gifted another justice. It's not just the fact that you had a tarot block that happened. It's also that the tarot block roll is a justice. There's such a low probability of that. Oh my gosh. That's 2. That's so huge. And then another polychrome. And then a negative. Excuse me, I'm yelling. And then an oops. I believe there's something fishy going on. That was an insane sequence for Edzy, and I don't even think Edzy fully understands how insane it was. The luck has 180'd completely. Completely in this game. I felt that Bean really had the luck factor for a while there, and now it has been all Edzy. Finally we get a justice for Bean, a singular justice. Although that singular justice can be enough to win. We do get the polychrome hit. We also picked up the card sharp on Bean because he's been playing multiples of 4 of a kind. Very interesting. I mean, if you're Edzy, you just delete any 2 cards right now. Maybe even the gold seal. All right, we got 2 purples. Let's see what we get here for Mr. Edzy. A Temperance and a Magician. Edzy now actually has less cards than Bean. That is nuts, and that is from all the purple seals giving Hanged Man. I didn't think this game was going to last long enough for that turn to kind of happen, that bell curve, or whatever the proper terminology would be, where Edzy kind of got to the other side of things from having so many purple seals that they're actually able to get enough Hanged Man that they have a lower deck amount than Bean. I did mention, I think I mentioned that this was obviously possible, but it is surprising because I just didn't think Edzy would be alive. Little bit surprised here. Edzy didn't use the glass in there. Maybe he's holding it on for PvP, but that means there could be no glass found in the shop. Is rewarded with a full Hanged Man. I mean, what do I know, chat? What do I know? I know nothing. To be fair, if Edzy used the glass, the Justice right at the end there, they could have fooled for another Justice. It would have been fine. And just a note, chat, I don't think we'll probably get to Dr. Mouth's first game because this is only on game 2. We still have another one after this. We will cast Doc in Mouth as soon as this match is over. But this is the end of game 2. We still have a whole nother game after this one. Bean got a Justice. And remember, Bean has Sock. So that is going to be 3 triggers of that Justice. It all comes down to the draws, I think.
Welcome back.
Edzy found the Red Seal 7. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna try and knock you out here, so you gotta you gotta be careful.
I was thinking the same thing. Let's copy that.
Yeah, Edzy has purples. I don't have the purples. Edzy got a glass there. We also have to remember it's a lot of red seals on Bean side of things. So not only the sock benefit from the glass, the extra glass.
That thing, unfortunate.
It's also the red seal. So it's like it's 2 extra triggers every singular extra glass.
Respectable.
I'm surprised Edzy doesn't use a Fool for Justice on this queen. And then to give a chance... Did Edzy forget to use the Fool for the Justice? Oh, I mean, you could be hoping for a death, but... I think it was a much... Trust the process, chat. Again, remember Joel Embiid.
How about one of these?
Okay.
And these.
Also, the loyalty card and card sharp together, that's another times 12. I actually think Bean kind of has this in the bag.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, and then we had a horrible draw
I had
for
a
Edzy.
similar feeling a couple PvPs ago.
That's really bad. All right, how about this?
Let's see it. Okay. We're pushing it to the last one.
All right, last life.
All right. Well, we're going the distance on this one. It really, chat. I mean, it comes down to two things. Does Edzy find the sock? Right? There's still a chance of that. Lots of money. Bean finds the Chad, so now it's really Bean's game to lose at this point. Edzy has to find the sock. I mean, the Chad was bound to show back up. It is a common Joker. Yeah, that's a little rough. I'd be curious. I don't believe, yeah, neither of these players need to use glass or anything to beat any blinds. So, they should be good in that regard. Yeah, Edzy really needs a death. But even then, again, we know as a viewer that what Edzy also needs is a sock, a dusk, an idol, an ancient, a bloodstone. Any of those could work, especially a bloodstone with the oops. Being trying to plan out loyalty card. It's very funny. I mean, it's very important, but if you're Bean, do you really not think you have enough value that it's more important to check the shops for more glass? You know, more deaths, other Jokers? I don't know. I'm a little surprised by that move. It is a ×4. It is important. Sorry, chat. 1 second. Just need to reply to a couple things. More glass, though, for Edzy. Still has that Fool. Again, sorry for the little bit of delay in the commentary. We get a Strength and a Temperance. Not really going to matter. Again, Edgy just needs the death for the Red Seal Queen. I feel like there's not much to talk about here except maybe the micro decisions on each player on how they're optimizing. Because we kind of know the conditions. Edzy needs a little bit more probably on the Joker front. I doubt that the Taros can make a difference at this point, but it's possible. That rare skip for Bean not working out gets a little wee. And, you know, having a Wii that small after, you know, using the large deck that Bean has, it's just not super valuable. Yeah, you know what else is crazy? It's a 200 gold gap, and Bean is the person who found something that Edzy has not. It's been a little brutal in that regard. Huh. Edzy doesn't want to play a flush 5? It's a little surprising. Oh, wants to play the gold card first. Never mind. That's why. And Mouth and Dr. Spectre is starting. You can definitely watch either of their streams if you want to check that out. All right. A lot comes down to this shop. I want to give a shout out to Bean, our competitor. The Seltzer! The Seltzer! Oh my god, we have a game, chat. We have a game. I don't know if it's going to be enough. But ooh. Do you sell Oops? Or do you hope you see a Bloodstone? Do you sell something like Ticket and deal with the minus 1.5? Oh man, this is so interesting. Okay, gonna grab the Seltzer. Let's see if anything else. A hack? Probably not good enough. You could glass, though, that Red Seal 2, maybe. Paradolia shouldn't matter. We still do get Taros during the round. One more reroll. Hit the road. Over golden ticket. No jacks. One jack. Unfortunate. And a banana. All right. You know, the Exmol up top still favors Bean by a times 12.
Right, this is it.
Yep.
So Edzy would somehow has to come up with
I'm quite scared.
2 to the 5th in a difference. It's not going to be easy.
Let me ease your worries.
Okay. Did you say ease? Like with an E?
Just make it easier on you.
Okay.
There is the Red Seal 7.
I get it.
Unfortunately for Edzy, no glass. They're going to have to really hope for, again, I think you're either a death or a justice from one of these purple seals.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Does Bean find the final glass? Does not. It's going to have 2 Red Seal glasses, though. Definitely got to sell the moon here if you're Edzy. You can't forget to do that play. Is Edzy going to forget to do that play?
All right.
Edzy forgets to do it. He misses out on a tarot. We don't know what that tarot would have been. That is very brutal. Now it becomes the difficult question of, like, do you get rid of steals? I don't know quite why. I guess
I haven't
Edzy's
seen one of
just
your
playing
hands in a while, so I
a
have no idea what to
flush.
expect.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I hung on to certificate for so long. My deck is like huge.
Yeah, I'm definitely above the 52 cards.
All right, here is. Oh no!
I'm ready when you are.
Disaster for Edzy. This is gonna be a victory for Bean again. Wasn't able to find the glass 7. Which is pretty rough.
That's fine. This is the best I can do. Couldn't make my
Alright.
actual hands over and over.
Yes, same. I didn't get my perfect hand, but we ship it anyways.
Yep, ship it.
3, 2, 1, ship it.
Let's see what I got.
GG.
Ah, GG. Sock and Buskin, where?
Wait, you didn't find Sock? Oh, that was quite a bit earlier, I
No,
think.
I
I was
didn't.
in like ante 4.
It was the only ante
that
in which
sucks.
Bean
When you had the
searched
polychrome. Where'd you
any
get
deeper.
polychrome purple seal queen?
I have no idea
Wow,
actually.
yeah, so many purple seals. I'm surprised you only have. How much glass did you play?
I played 3. Been doing? Is he asleep on the job?
We're doing red deck gold stake
All
to
right,
finish
good luck.
this off.
Alright, good luck.
All right, who wins game 3? Edzy, Bean. You have 5 minutes to make your prediction. Go, 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 go. Both of these skipping for an investment tag. No surprise here. That is a move you're going to make on gold stake single player, gold stake multiplayer, just about every single time. Really, the only time you're not going to do so is on a yellow deck. Doc with 4 lives versus Mouth with 3 lives. On the other match, we'll give you live updates from our sideline reporter, Sebastian. One day we'll be able to actually go live to Sebastian. We'll get a cam set up, and we'll put a green screen behind him like he's like on the field at the game. Both players making it out of the big blind alive. Now the question is, do you take Tarot Merchant? Do you check the Arcana pack? Do you go Buffoon pack? And do you take Eternal Riffraff? Oh, you know, if this game plays more like a normal gold stake seed, I do think the Eternal Riffraff has to be the choice here. It really just depends how the cookie crumbles for the rest of the seed. You know, if there's tons of economy, you come to regret that, but you don't know, right? And you always feel very, oh my god, the Chad golden ticket combination, but it debuffed the one that he picked. That's so frustrating. Oh my god. The crash out. I mean, and the thing is, that is the only boss blind you have to play. So you could have just put it on any other suit and it would have never been debuffed. At this point with these two jokers, even if you do have economy, it's thanks to Riff Raff, so you can't really say it was ever the wrong choice. That is for sure. Did Bean choose to make a gold card? I have to assume they did, but I don't know for sure. Doc has Chad and Mouth doesn't. Oh, interesting. He didn't, so no golden ticket. That's huge for Edzy if they can make more gold cards. You much rather have the golden ticket with the Chad. That's $12 per gold card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 2 spectral packs in here. I imagine that Edzy opens both, finds a familiar, but instead is going to deja vu. No, not a huge surprise there. Huge surprise there. And a Ouija and a familiar. I do see a familiar here because any gold card, unlucky, is $12 when you pull it. Sorry, throats are a little scratchy. Get Chaos and a walkie-talkie. Who the fuck is Dr. Spectre? Coming in with the Nandre coming in with the heal plays in Major League Balatro. Over under until Nandre goes and starts the AEW, the American Entertainment Balatro League. I couldn't think of a good one. Yes, this league needs more trash talk. My favorite part about Edzy is he streams in a garage or closet. I think, I don't know where it is. I've thought about it a lot. Meanwhile, Bean looks like he's in an IKEA commercial. Can we all agree upon that? Like, does Bean's background not look like an IKEA commercial with like the dim warm light and the plant? We got Luckies on the Kings here. Funny enough, despite the golden ticket pool, I do think Bean's going to be in the better economic position here because of the $20 lucky hits. Oh my god. Bros watching IKEA commercials? Yes, I do watch live sports which have commercials. Sue me. Edgy is so close to this build taking off. He really just needs to find more devils or deaths. Bean did ecto the Chad. We do get a death. We don't get an ecto though. What could happen here is a glass on the Jack and then deathing said Jack, and then I think. What is he gonna do? Meanwhile, another Justice in the pack for Bean because they weren't blocking Justice by holding on to it. But Bean deciding between making a second Justice and hermiting here. Get a Faceless. Emperor over Death seemed odd there. Maybe. It was a choice. Nandre looks like the worst real estate agent ever. Damn. YouTube chat coming with the fire today. Arrowhead guaranteed PvP 1. Edgy can still run into Arrowhead. Correct. I feel like that's a compliment. It's also valid. The gold seal. We have money once again on the Edzy side of things. Meanwhile, on Bean's side of things, I think Bean's in a very good position here with the glass, with the Magician on the red seal, already getting lucky hits. It's all looking to maybe... I think you actually get more expected value from playing that king than you do from discarding. Fun fact. And there you go. Edzy gonna go with the econ play here. Not a super big surprise. We are now up to $58 on the Edzy side of things. Although, you know, Bean should run into a similar set of tarots. I do believe. Daniel Duckyman looks like a professor. What at George Mason? Who the heck is that? Not me having to search things in the middle of my cast. Professor. So honorary title granted to a retired faculty, typically after a distinguished career. Huh. Well, there you go. Who hangs around for some reason? That the way you phrase that, Rosen, makes it seem a little bit. How do we say this? Just a little creepier. All right, we head to the PvP. Edzy sold everything to get a couple. We get a
Why, hello.
half and an egg.
Hello.
Yeah, Bean should be way ahead
I
in
feel
this
like-
first PvP with the arrowhead.
You know, we'll see. I'm gonna play this, and you figure out what you want to do with that.
Okay. Kind of like a, kind of ominous, I think.
There's a lot of interesting things here.
28-year-old still wears Letterman to former high school football games.
Yeah, I can agree.
I think you have, as soon as you are a junior in college, you shouldn't be wearing your
try
Letterman
this.
back to your high school.
Let's see. Okay.
Bean did Ecto.
Ooh.
Edzy is looking so hard for that gold seal.
Interesting.
Bean continues to get the massive lucky hits.
Like this.
Funny you say that, Andre. In the first 2 games, Edzy doubled Bean's economy and lost. So, Econ has not been the
Yep. I think I got this.
the one and only thing, at least in this game.
Let's see it.
All right, let's do it.
Bean was able to get the gold seal off, which was a huge deal. Photo chat for Doc, but
All right.
not for Mouth.
See you soon.
Looks like Doc is going to be leading that game substantially as we keep going. It is 1-1. I apologize. I forgot to redo the score counter. 1 for Edzy. Or no, it's not. It's not 1-1. Bean's winning 2-0. Bean has secured the match bonus point. We're in game 3. It's 2-0 Bean. It's 2-0 Bean. Really thought Edzy had last game. Literally to the point where I just gaslit myself into thinking that he had already he won it. Is there anything on the overlay that should be visible? What do you mean? Regarding the head-to-head score. Edzy, you can see below me, has 1 less life. And then the top left and the top right. Oh, the MLB points total and record. I have not been updating that. I will have that fixed soon. Crazy that Edzy didn't take a hanged man into this one with the Fool. We could have deleted 4 cards from the deck. Edzy just loves a big deck. What can you say? Is it going to take the Hermit over the hanged man? Is total spent accurate? It should be. It is. $20 is $20. Loves a big deck, but not a hung man. Really? Yeah, very interesting. And valid. Sorry, 1 second, chat. There's one little thing I gotta do for work. Let me know. Well, death is big. Unfortunately, neither one of these players has been able to glass the red seal, which is very surprising. That'd be one of the first things I'd do. All right. I just paid $40 for my water bill. Life is rigged. I don't have to pay for my water bill, which is nice. We got the death full action going on. The death on the gold. Yeah. I mean, this all goes back to the fact that I believe Edzy had an opportunity to glass a red seal and didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe neither of them have had a loose justice card, but you know, either one of these players could have like 3 or 4 glass red seals at this point. And then death on a gold seal. I mean, money is king in gold stake, and I think you're seeing 2 players that know this and are playing pretty optimally from that. It's the balance, though. It's like, how much do you do that for scoring? Oh, we get the glass red seal here for Bean. Not going to be able to death it, though. We'll be able to death it in the future. All right, we enter the PvP.
Welcome back. How you feeling this PvP? A little bit stronger?
I'm feeling good, though. Might not take it. I like my direction though, so I am feeling all right. Winning is another thing.
Oh, did Bean decide not to? I do think Bean is building spades, yes. No, Bean did, okay. And that is a huge, I mean, that was just a huge pool to get the red seal with the justice in that Arcana pack.
I don't think I want to do this, though.
I think Bean was blocking
I could
something.
also do that. But I could probably get away with this, right? Don't you think?
I don't think very much at all. Okay. Here, I will allow you to play.
How kind.
That does kind of signal to me, if I'm being, that Edzy has glass, right? So it's like,
Let's
do I
one
go
of
all
these.
out? Well, I mean, already the decision was made. The discard was kind of already happening when Bean got that
Okay,
information.
allow me to play it again.
You need better trash talk. I mean, you got to go on their
Then
streams
I
and
will
tell them,
play
Andre. Feed
one
them
of
some
these.
lines of trash talk. Not, you guys always take things.
48, 49.
Never mind.
Somewhere around there.
Redact everything I just said. It's a lot of points.
39k.
No, Jester, please. This is a family-friendly show. This poor red seal that still doesn't have a justice on it. I feel like maybe 2 glasses enough with the Chad. No, it's definitely enough with the Chad, right? I do not believe Edzy needs to use 3.
Do you got that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he only, I mean, I feel like there's a possibility you get away with 1.
That's not good for me.
I think I'll lock this one up real quick.
Okay. Lock it up.
Okay, I was
Okay. That's a big number.
35. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there was 2
Yep.
needed.
Yeah.
Especially with the chariot. Because you would have had to play the chariot to do the flush house if you didn't. Never mind. 1 glass broke. But the thing is, red seal glass is still heavily benefiting Mr. Bean. We're not talking about the actor. Or are we? Never seen him in the same room at the same time. Both players grabbing that blank voucher. Rowan Atkinson does like his major sporting events, so we can change that. There we go. All right, well, Bean or Edzy finally going to be able to glass the red seal. We'll see. I mean, you would presume, but that does make an ass out of you and me. What would be Zeno if he was a Joker? If you want a co-star in 10 minutes, let me know. Andre, I do believe Bean was going to cast with me after this for Doctor and Mouth. But I'll let you know. I also think we technically could do 3. I just don't know what would happen to the stream. Gabe self-admittedly did put this together with duct tape and string. And there's actually a little mice in his garage that runs all the code. It's like Ratatouille, but like for Twitch streaming. All right, a hungman, and again that loose justice, which is beneficial for both players, but I think much more beneficial that Edzy finally is going to be able to get off the ground with red seal glass. Maybe not. I mean, still hasn't found it. Oh my gosh. It's going to be another ante. Edzy thought he played a flush, huh? Yikes. And that's going to be a loss of life. On top of having the terrible tarot luck. Low contrast moment. I mean, this one possibly could get packed up pretty quickly. Because, again, we have 3 red seal glass on the bean side of things. We now only have 2 lives for Edzy. Still no red seal glass. You would, again, assume, whatever the heck the proper terminology is, it's coming, but who knows? The gold card is solid for Edzy. It could be some more econ. The photo. Oh, I do believe Edzy should get it if he allows for a space in the riffraff in the PvP. Oh my god, it finally happened. We have red seal glass. Or do we? This man is crazy. 2 lives remaining. Is going to red seal gold the card. Edzy essentially valuing $4 over ×2 molt. Because the difference between putting that gold with Chad on a random card and doing so with a red seal is only $4. Interesting. Also, the issue here for Edzy is not being able... It's just probably not going to run into the photo. I'm really surprised that the Ecto... Well, I'm not completely shocked, but I'm a little surprised that the Ecto ended up being the play for Bean. But it does make sense. Doc takes game 1 over Mouth. Is the news we are getting live from Balatro University. We also have 2 double tags from the extra cola. I forgot to kind of talk about that while I was typing.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Did you lose a life to a blind, or? Or we
No,
just
why,
furthering
of
this
course
mission, I
not.
thought?
I mean,
Oh,
like,
okay, okay.
of course not.
Thanks for being honest. I
I
was
mean,
just a little
we
confused.
definitely
about
have
the
only
state of our
played
game.
2 PvP. I just started with 3 lives actually. I mean, it's just it was weird, but you know, I didn't
Nerf
want to
yourself.
restart.
Okay. Okay.
Just unfortunate little mistakes and mishaps.
Hmm.
No need to worry about them.
Yeah, we go into this PvP. Sorry for being a little quiet there.
I'm
We
feeling
go into
pretty
this
strong in
PvP,
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
it's just
Alright.
not enough ammunition without the photo. No matter what Edzy could do.
That was a very
I don't even think any glass needs to be played per se on Bean's side of things to
think you're strong,
pass up
huh?
the score that Edzy has.
I think I'm okay.
Though I do believe Bean will play the glass. Goldstake Plasma for Game 2 of Doc versus Mouth.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know, you play your hands. I'll figure things out on my end.
I'm curious to see if Edzy goes for this, because you have to know on your side of things that Bean could have Red Seal Glass. Could have multiple Red Seal Glass and just destroy your score here. But I guess on 2 lives you don't have the luxury. You have to go for it. Because it did seem like Edzy was trying to play the long game. But down the lives, it is interesting that it was attempted. Bean is so ready to just go crazy here. But I don't think it's going to be necessary.
Alright. Got something to ship.
All right, let's see it.
It's not gonna. It's gonna be a respectable
The problem
score,
is without a
but
calculator, I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh,
I'm sure you can
that's
beat
what
this.
I'm looking at.
It's not even that much.
that should be more than enough
Hmm.
from Bean's side of things.
This doesn't win. I'm throwing. But this wins, right?
It does.
Hmm.
No spoiler. I mean, spoiler here. It absolutely wins. It's not remotely close. This
need my
is
calculator.
8 million
All right,
points.
I trust in my intuition.
This is at least
Let's see.
8 million points.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay. Alright.
Chat, who needs a calculator?
All right.
Just use your brain. Well, I should have voted to ban the calculator. Apparently, I was one of the only people to vote not to ban it. Apparently, I was trying to help him out, but you know what? All right, we get the family. Vin Diesel has entered the party, but this game, I hate to say it, because there's always a way back, especially when you have the econ advantage. I'm not gonna say it's over, but it's going to be very, very difficult for Edzy. Edzy is going to need one of the several lucky rolls that Bean has kind of seen throughout this game to happen to him in this ante specifically. Edzy is absolutely going to be able to make more money than Bean and roll deeper. I don't know what Edzy could see that would give him the advantage. Maybe an idol, ancient, bloodstone, but it's going to have to be one of those. It's going to have to be maybe like one on top of that as well. We do have 2 glass cards here for Edzy. I imagine it is finally time to go ahead and glass those red seals. But the photograph difference is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 to the 5th power difference of score right off the bat. Does the calculator ban account for carrying that one? And here are the Kings. Someone gets Sacramento on the line because the Kings have arrived. I don't know. That one wasn't very good. If you're Edzy, I don't know how you don't glass this King and not play it. So that way you can use the Fool on the death if you see it on the glass. This man loves money. You know what? I respect the heck out of Edzy for it. He's going to go down with his traditional family values of money over everything. He sees that glass ceiling and that glass flying elevator, and he's going to smash through the roof with his golden ticket. I think he's hoping to roll the glass in PvP. It's just, you have to use it on the red seal. We got a death. Maybe that's what Edzy was hoping for, but it just feels like we could have ran into more of those possibly. And now you don't get to use the Hanged Man because you didn't glass the King. Right. Ah. There may be desync with the... with the overlay. I did accidentally click a button. Hopefully it's all good though. Yeah, chat, I apologize. I broke the total spent count by accidentally clicking a button. Oh, no, it looks like it updated. It just took a second. Bean just lost a life. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's going to have 5 Glass Seal Kings here. You can't use a death, right? You can't use a death on a basic gold. Can you? Definitely. Yeah. If you don't glass this king before deathing, Edzy is basically saying, I either roll an idol or I die. And I respect that. Let's see what happens. 3-3 Doc versus Mouth in game 2. Edgy didn't have enough points.
You also took the Eternal Riffraff?
I did take the Eternal Riffraff.
I thought I
threw
thought
really hard.
I got
That
the
was
free
shock.
win because I took that.
I was
No,
shocked.
you got the free win
I
because
forgot there's
I
a
threw
photo.
twice on blinds, where I shouldn't have at all. Damn.
GG.
Did you toss golden ticket like recently?
I never had golden ticket. I was playing gold seal 4s. I had walkie talkie for a while. That got me through the blinds. Had a really good econ with that.
Oh.